Good evening, everybody. It's 8 o'clock. And welcome to the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford. My name is Jim. My call is K9GCR. I'm located here in Freeport. I'll be your host this evening. The purpose of having this net is what the name implies, to have fun. That's what this hobby of Rams radio is all about, in addition to providing emergency communications if when situation warrants. A secondary purpose of this net is providing an on-air meeting place for all AM radio operators. Everybody's welcome to check in. You do not have to be a member of any club, organization, group, or association to participate in this net. All you need is a valid FCC license. This net meets each and every Friday evening at 8 p.m. This repeater is a PL 114.8 plus offset. You need to have that programmed into your radio in order to have access to the repeater. For those of you who may be using older radios that do not have PL capability, or if the PL in your radio is not working properly, you can check in the Friday Night Fun Net by using the repeater output frequency, the straight 195 simplex. If I hear you, I will acknowledge you and check in the net. Also, this is the Friday Night Fun Net for Friday, March 3rd, 2023. This net is being live streamed around the world via the internet. Those of you who are wishing to check in to the net via the internet, Mike, K9MED is live streaming this net on the internet. Go ahead and check in to the internet like you usually do, and Mike will in turn relay your internet check-in to me via the radio. Okay, also, if you're out on the 60, you can hear the repeater, but you can't get to it because your conditions are not good, you're too far away from it, or you don't have internet access. Give me a call to the Friday Night Fun Net Central Hotline. That's area code 815-232-FN-FN, 232-3636, the local Freeport number. I'll take your check-in over the phone, but try to check it on the radio first. Okay, here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to take a short time of check-ins. If you have something else going on that you can't stay for the net, or you're out of concentrating, you're driving, you got family time, so we'll take your short time on most stations, your check-ins. If you have traffic, we'll do your traffic right away. After that, we'll take general check-ins. First, we'll take general check-ins from Northern Illinois. Then we'll take general check-ins from Southern Wisconsin. After that, we'll take general check-ins from anywhere in Northern Illinois or Southern Wisconsin. When you check in, state whether or not you have traffic. Your traffic consists of breakfast, bike rides, marathons, or ham fests. Then we'll do our Friday Night Fun Net Tech Corner. This is our TechNet portion of the net. Are you having a problem with your power supply or amplifier? What kind of an antenna do you want to put up on your tower? What kind of a radio do you want to buy? Mobile, base, or all mode? If you have any technical questions, please feel free to ask them. We'll do our best to answer them for you. Then we'll do the Friday Night Fun Net, the DX Corner. Did you make any DX contacts this week? If you did, we would like to hear about them on the Friday Night Fun Net DX Corner. Just go ahead and let us know who you made contact with. Then we'll have our SWAT net. You have items to buy, sell, or trade, or want related to hobbies of Rams radio or computers. We'll do that. Okay, last week, as you know, we asked everybody who their favorite all-time professional wrestler is. They had the WWE had their wrestling matches in the Rockford this past Sunday at the BMO Center. Today, we're going to give the professional boxers their equal time. Who is your favorite all-time boxer? The stars, current stars of today, or you go back in the day where Rocky Marciano, Sugar Ray Robinson, Cassius Clay, Joe Louis, or Joe Frazier? We want to know who your favorite all-time professional boxer is. So I feel we should give the boxers equal time after we gave the wrestlers their share last week. So okay. a 2-hour and 43-minute net. We got done at the quarter to 11 last Friday night. We'll see what happens. Oh, by the way, before we get underway, when you check in, give us your licensed FCC call sign. Last week, some well, I don't know who you want to call it. They gave us some phony baloney call sign, and N0SEX. Well, a fellow ham radio operator looked up that call in here, and then there was no such call. It was an illegitimate call, so we are not going to put up with any shenanigans. So that's the way it goes. Okay, with all the so-called formalities out of the way, let's get underway. We have any short time on mobile stations would like to check in. Please call now.
K9AXD Larry, short time.
K9KZG, Larry and Rockford, King of CW. Oh, you're gonna miss a great net tonight. We're gonna talk about who your favorite boxer is or what have you there. So, okay, if you get a chance, Larry, check in later on. K9KZG, Larry, the king of CW. Thanks for checking in. Any more short time on mobile stations want to check in? Please call now.
KD9QDO, Matt from McChesney checking in short time.
Echo in Janesville, no traffic.
Okay, Stan, we had two stations checking in at the same time. Matt, come back with that call, please.
KD9QDO, Matt from McChesney checking in.
Alpha 9, Victor Uniform. Michael in Janesville, no traffic.
And thanks for checking in. Now, there was another station trying to check in. Other station, come back, please.
Yeah, this is AA9VU. I just called, and you walked all over me. This is Michael in Janesville.
Yeah, okay, sorry about that. Well, Matt was walking all over you too. It's an honest mistake. Don't worry about it. I got you checked in, Mike. I'm awful sorry about that. So, have a good evening. I'll be careful next time. Thanks for checking in. Any more short time on mobile stations want to check the Friday Night Fun net? Please call now.
KC9GCR, it says W9JTC checking in short time, Jimmy. Have a great net, sir.
K9RFD Bob here in Fremont, Jimmy. It's about a mile west of you. Checking in short time, no traffic. And favorite boxer is Clash's Claim / Muhammad Ali.
Floats like a butterfly and stings like a bee. You bet. You were one of the great ones. Yeah. Okay, Bob. Thanks for checking in. And also, W9JTC, Jamie and Rockford also got you checked in. Okay, and Bob, maybe we'll talk to you on 3-9 later on tonight. So after that. So okay, sounds good. Thanks to both of you checking in. Any more short time on mobile stations want to check in? Please call now.
Good evening, Jim, and everyone else. N9RPN short time.
Hey, Mel. N9RPN, in Red Oak, trustee of the 147.390 repeater. Thanks for checking in, and you did your best this past Wednesday night with the Amateur Radio News Line, but you always do a great job, and thank you for doing that. There's always next Wednesday during the swap net. Thanks for checking in, Mel. Have a good evening. Any more short time on mobile stations want to check in? Please call now. Okay, any more short time on mobile stations want to check into the Friday Night Fun net? Please call now.
KC9GCR, NW9T, Sam, South Beloit, short time, no traffic.
November Whiskey 9, Papa, South Beloit. I've got you checked in short time. 7-3, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun net. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend. Any more short time on mobile stations? from Northern Illinois. Please call now. Oh boy, what am I doing here? We're in the short time removal segment. We're not in the general check-in segment as of yet. Sorry about that, folks. Any more short time removal stations you want to check in, please call now. One, two, three, four, 7 short time stations we got checked in tonight. So we'll move to general check-in. At this time, I will take a general check-in from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin. First, we'll take check-ins from northern Illinois, the Friday Night Fun Net. Please call now. This is K9GCR, the Friday Night Fun Net, on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting from Friday Night Fun Net Central in Freeport. Do we have any stations from northern Illinois who'd like to check in? Please call now.
KC9GCR, W9AXD Matt in Rockford, no traffic.
SPJ, Scott in Rockford.
Okay, we got 3 stations checked in the net tonight. W9AXD, Matt in Rockford got you checked in. Matt, I'll get back to you in a few minutes roundtable. Thanks for checking in. KD9MED, Mike in Rochelle, got you checked in, Mike. Thanks for checking in. We'll get back to you in a few minutes roundtable. Thanks for checking in. And N9SBJ, Scott in Rockford at the Rock River Yacht Club, downtown Rockford. Got you checked in. I'll get back to you in a few minutes roundtable. Thank you for checking in. Any more check-ins from northern Illinois who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, Mike, go ahead. Okay, KF9SD. Okay, but Pat in Florida, Illinois, I got you checked in there, Pat. Thank you for checking in, Sundry. We'll probably hear you on the Green County Net this Sunday night. Thanks for that internet check-in there, Mike. Let me know if there are any more. Okay. Any more of the general check-ins from northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KD9MED, Gary in Rockford.
KD9MED, Carrie in Rockford, the Duke of Digital DX. Okay, Carrie, we'll get back to you in a few minutes for your DX report and later on for the roundtable. Thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins from northern Illinois with the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Standby hotline. Okay, standby hotline. Well, whoever it was hung up. I didn't even pick up the receiver. So, okay, this is K9GCR, the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford. That was John, case 9 DDF in Elgin. He usually checks in on the 6-1 repeater, but he's not able to make it to this repeater, so he checked in on the hotline. So, okay, at this time, any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now. Okay, we got a good turnout from Northern Illinois. Let's see how much of a good turnout we... Stand by hotline. Okay, whoever it was, I don't know. It just got dialed tone. Okay. At this time, I'll take check-ins from Southern Wisconsin with the Friday Night Fun Net. Please call now. Do we have any check-ins from Southern Wisconsin who would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. KC9G Share, all stations to stand by. I'm going to go over to, I'm going to switch over to 6-1. I'm going to make an announcement, which I forgot to do. Let everybody know that the net is being held on this repeater. KC9G Share, I'll be right back. Okay, this is K9GCR, the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford. Okay, let's try one more time for any general check-ins from Southern Wisconsin who would like to check in. Please call now. Oh, it is Friday Night Fish, Friday night in Wisconsin. Everybody's at their favorite bar, restaurant, tavern, eating their catfish, buffalo, carp, walleye, northern pike, muskie, crappie, bluegills, or what have you. Those of you in the Milwaukee area, you're in your Polish sausages, hot dogs, brats, kielbasa, or Braunschweigers. You cheese lovers are eating some of that famous Wisconsin cheese. So I don't know how solid the lakes are frozen up in central or northern Wisconsin. If you're planning on doing any ice fishing, you better check with your local authorities if you're going up there and see what the situation is. Okay, at this time, I will take check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin for the Friday Night Fun Net. Please call now. Okay, let's go ahead with the, all right, I do have traffic. First of all, I do have some traffic. State Line Amateur Radio Club will be holding our bi-monthly meeting tomorrow afternoon at 12:30 p.m. in the Freeport Public Library. If anybody's interested, there is going to be a soldering class which will be held. If you're into soldering, you're not doing anything tomorrow, hop in your cars, your jalopies, and come over here to the Freeport Public Library. It's at 100 West Douglas Street in Freeport, a block north of the post office in downtown Freeport. Tony, K9RFD, was able to secure the services of a soldering expert. He'll teach you what the ins and outs of soldering and what have you. So if you're not doing anything, come on over to Freeport tomorrow for the State Line Amateur Radio Club meeting. It's bi-monthly. We meet during the first Saturday of the odd-numbered months. Our last meeting was in January. Our next meeting will be tomorrow. If you're interested in soldering, come on over. Okay, let me reset. Also, there's going to be 2 ham fests in the area. Sterling Rock Falls Ham Fest will take place on Sunday, March 19th at Sauk Valley Community College in Dixon. On that same day, the Jefferson Ham Fest will be held. So there's going to be a lot of decision as to which ham fest to go to, up to Jefferson or down to Dixon. We'll see what happens. Okay, my final piece of traffic. Let me reset. This is K9GCR, the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting from Friday Night Fun Net Center in Freeport. My final piece of traffic. The National Weather Service in Quad Cities will be putting on an in-person weather spotter class. It will be held on Monday, March 20th at 6:30 p.m. at Highland Community College, Zoom Conference Center, Building Aitchison Hotel, room 201. You do have to pre-register. The class will get underway at 6:30 p.m. It'll run until 8:30 p.m. They'll be serving coffee, donuts, rolls, and the orange juice and what have you. You see a lot of great video and slide presentations. So, again, the National Weather Service Quad Cities will be putting on the in-person weather spotter class Monday, March 20th, 6:30 p.m., Highland Community College, Zoom Conference Center, Building Aitchison Hotel, room 201. Some of the Rockford hands came over here a few years ago, and they said the Quad Cities people put on a better job than the Romeoville people. Well, I won't make any comments about that, so we don't want to cause any friction. Okay. Before we continue, any more stations want to check in? Please call now. Okay, let's go ahead with the Friday Night Fun Net, the Tech Corner. This is our Tech Net portion. Are you having a problem with your power supply or amplifier? What kind of an antenna do you want to put up on your tower? What kind of radio do you want to buy? Base, mobile, all mode? Do you have any technical questions? Please feel free to ask them. We'll do our best to answer for you. Does anybody have any technical questions they'd like to bring before the net this time? Okay, no technical questions, so we'll go ahead with the Friday Night Fun Net DX Corner. This is where anybody, just a minute, hold on, let me get my papers organized here. Okay, sorry about that. Like I said, this is where everybody who is making DX contact this week is welcome to share them with the net. So, okay. At this time, do we have anybody with any DX reports at this time? Please go ahead.
KD9MED.
K9MED. Okay, Gary, go ahead.
Thanks, Jimmy. Good evening, everybody. The sun was angry this week, my friends. We started out with a great big proton storm, and then that was followed by a big CME. But it was still a spectacular week for DX. I did only, 60 contacts this week, and I got 22 countries. You know, it's a good day on DX when the DX is pouncing you instead of vice versa. You know, we're used to listening for DX and then calling them and hoping they come back to us. But this was one of those weeks when they were calling me and hoping I came back to them. Brief reset. Wednesday night between 5 and 7, 10 meters was just full of Asia. I mean all of it. China, Japan, Korea, Asiatic Russia, Oceania. It was just amazing. I wasn't getting out very well that night, but I could hear everybody. Big ones that got away this week. Hang on, a brief reset. 3C3CA in Equatorial Guinea and TZ1CE in Mali, two African stations that I've heard over and over and over again, but they couldn't hear me. So I had 22 countries this week, and I got a new country. I got VR25XMT, Hong Kong on 10 meters. Brief reset. I got my second Algerian station, 7X4CZ on 10 meters. I hope he confirms, because the first one never did. And I got one of those maritime mobiles. I really like these. I got a Taiwanese station, BX8AAN/MM on 30 meters. Brief reset. He's a Taiwanese licensed station, but at the time that we had our contact, this was early in the morning, another great time for Asian DX, by the way, but I have trouble getting up at that time. At the time he contacted me, he was at Grid Square GK37, which is about 1,000 miles east of Puerto Rico in the Atlantic Ocean. Great week. That's it. Thanks a lot, KD9MED.
Well, thank you. You're welcome, Kerry, and thank you very much for that great DX report. All those contacts you made, that was great. Those other stations got away. We'll probably get them next time. Okay, I did make a DX contact this past Sunday on 14.312. It was at 21:37 hours. November Foxtrot 3 Romeo. That was Parks on the Air, 1355 in Pennsylvania. So I think that's the second time that I ever made a contact with a POTA, Parks on the Air station. That was pretty good.
Yeah, there's a lot of POTAs out there, and they one great thing about POTAs is they bring out other traffic trying to contact them, so that even if you can't reach the POTA station, you can often reach the guys who are trying to reach them, you know, when they're done with the QSO. I might try a POTA one of these days. Who knows? KD9MED.
Okay, sounds good, Gary. Let's hope you do so. Okay, we'll get back to you in a few minutes for the round table. So okay, let's. Any other station have any DX reports? Please go ahead. Okay, and now we'll go ahead with the swap net. All items to be bought, sold, or traded must be related to hobbies of RAM trading or computers. All items to be bought, sold, or traded must be the property of or in possession of the person who wants to get rid of the stuff. You may mention price over the air, but any handling should take place either in person or over the telephone. Also, no commercial business of any kind is allowed. Does anybody have any swap net traffic you'd like to pass along at this time?
W3MBX.
W3MBX. Okay, Matt, what do you got for us?
I'm looking for an HF antenna, preferably something vertical, portable. Be nice if it was a multi-band, but 10 and 20 would be okay, but multi-band be better. If anybody's got anything like that, let me know.
Okay, sounds good. Where can you be reached at?
You can look me up on QRZ. My phone number is 815-222-5959.
Okay, Matt, W9AXD is looking for an HF antenna. Preferably he wants a portable or mobile one, or any 20 or 40, or if not, any band will do. Contact him at QRZ.com or .net or whatever, or you can contact him at area code 815-222-5959. Area code 815-222-5959. Okay. Does anybody have any questions for Matt? Does anybody want to get back to him? Go ahead. Well, okay, Matt, let's hope your phone rings off the hook. That's what the late great Russ Love, K9RFD in Cedarville, used to say when he ran their Wednesday evening swap net there. So I hope your phone rings off your hook there. So, hey, thank you for getting your swap net traffic. We'll get back to you in a few minutes for the round tables. Does any other station have any swap net traffic they'd like to pass along? Okay, I was just putting my papers, get all my papers straightened out. Okay, before we get to the round table, do we have any more stations who would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now.
Kilowatt Echo 9 Norway.
KD9N, Kurt and Roscoe, the Rah-Rah president, also the 6-1 repeater chairman. Okay, Kurt, I've got you checked in. We'll get back to you in a few minutes for the roundtable. Thanks for checking in. Any more stations you want to check in? Please go now. Okay, I don't know how many of you are into professional boxing or not. Back in the day I was, but nowadays they got the stars they got nowadays ain't worth a hoot as far as I'm concerned. But I'm going to ask everybody who your favorite professional boxer is now or currently, or who was your favorite boxer back in the day. Matt, W9AXD, who was your favorite professional boxer, or do you follow boxing at all?
W9AXD, no, don't really follow it, never have, and nothing wrong with it. I just, never paid much attention to it. Back to that.
Okay, I understand. Well, that's the way it is to some people. Sounds good. Okay, thanks for checking in there, Matt. KD9MED, Mike. Do you follow boxing at all? If so, who was your favorite boxer or now, or who was your favorite boxer back in the day? Okay, sounds good. Yeah, there were two good ones. Yeah. Okay, thanks for checking in there, Mike. Let me know if we get any more internet check-ins. N9SBJ, Scott, I haven't talked to you on this net in a while. What's going on with you? I don't know if you follow boxing or not. If so, who was your favorite boxer then, or who was your favorite boxer back in the day? Okay, I guess you checked in short time, so we'll move on. K9MED, Gary and Rockford. I don't know if you follow boxing or not. If so, who was your favorite boxer nowadays or back when you were growing up?
This is KD9MED. I never did follow boxing much. Of course, I've heard of all the names of all the greats, but I couldn't, say I tuned in to one in particular. So I'll give you another movie reference. One boxing movie that I really enjoyed was The Fighter. It was made in 2010. It has Mark Wahlberg and Amy Adams, and Christian Bale does a great job in that movie. KD9MED.
Okay, Gary, sounds good. Well, thanks for your input there. So, okay, this is K9 GCR, net control of the Friday Night Fun Net. I remember growing up back in the days when boxing used to be broadcast live over the radio. I remember Rocky Marciano, Sugar Ray Robinson, and of course, then the great Cassius Clay or Muhammad Ali, and they were and what have you. If you wanted to go see the fights, you had to go to the theater to see them, and what have you. But years ago, they used to broadcast them on TV. But like some of the great fights, you remember if you're of a certain age, you remember the Blue Ribbon bouts. The Pabst Blue Ribbon beer used to sponsor them. The Friday night fights. Well, this is the Friday Night Fun Net. So okay, go ahead. Come a long ways from back then. All right. KE9N, Kurt and Roscoe. What's going on with you? Who was your favorite prize fighter back in the day, or do you follow boxing at all?
KC9GCR, KE9N. Excuse me. I didn't follow it very much, but if anything, if I watched boxing, I liked Muhammad Ali or Cassius Clay in the day. But I liked him no matter what, because it didn't matter if he was talking or boxing. He was always entertainment, one way or another. You didn't have to agree with him, but boy, he had enthusiasm, and he was just an entertaining sort of guy. When him and Howard Cosell got together, you knew it wasn't going to be a boring time, that's for sure. But I didn't follow it a lot. As far as what's going on with me, well, I know they have a contest going on this weekend on sideband on HF, and geez, 10 meters was really open. In fact, the solar flux is like at 175, which is really pretty decent, pretty high compared to what we've had to deal with sometimes. But that's not the whole story. The whole story is actually 15 meters, 10 meters. They were pretty much wide open. It made quite a few contacts just in a half hour tonight before 10 meters shut down, but boy, 20's still rolling along pretty good. So that's about it, Jimmy. Nothing else is really new. KC9GCR, KE9N.
Okay, Kurt, sounds good. Well, it'll be at least less than an hour before Dean, K9FLO, checks in. I hope you're able to stay up for him.
Oh, that's no problem. I figured that because I actually talked to him a couple hours ago on the phone, and he had mentioned as he calls it, the Jimmy Net. So I said, yep, we got the Jimmy Net tonight. So I'm sure he'll check in probably. Usually it's around 20 after 9.
Yeah, okay. Well, we got about 45, but let's spend 45 minutes left. So we'll see what happens. Okay, Kurt, thanks. Thanks for checking in. Thank goodness at least we got one repeater that we can use there. So I don't know. I think all this result with the storm and what have you last week, I should say. But that's that's the way it goes. Let's hope maybe we can get the 6-1, get that situation resolved with that. Probably what happened was, and it hasn't happened in a long time, probably water got into the feed line again.
Yep, I don't know exactly what happened, but I noticed it was the night of the storm that it seems to not be real good. I mean, you can kind of use it, but it wasn't like it was before. So, you know, if it's a matter of a feed line or antenna or something like that, that's going to be a real problem for us. We can't afford to have a guy climb it, and even then, the tower is owned by another company down in Florida, and the waters are a little muddy as to trying to get that resolved if that's the issue. But I think what I want to do is take, and I don't think I'm going to have time this weekend, but sometime pretty quick, I'll go out there and just even measure the SWR on the antenna, and maybe that'll get me pointed in the right direction to know at least a little more what's going on. So we'll see what happens. Back to you, Jimmy.
This is K9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Central and Freeport. Yeah, that's for sure. Well, let's hope that by some way you can maybe we can get that 14700 repeater. Let's get that out of its present location and then get it up to a more suitable location. I know you probably have to notify the FCC about the coordinates and what have you there, but I think maybe something should be done. If the hospital won't let you use that anymore, won't even let you take a look at it, I think we got to seriously consider looking at another location.
No, we've talked about that, and it's a possibility. And we recognize that, but I didn't want to do it in the winter.
I understand, winter's not over with yet. We just got about 3 more weeks to go, and March and April, strange things can happen, as we well know. We sure got lucky today with that snowstorm missing us. Okay, Kurt, hey, I'll let you go. Thanks for checking the Friday Night Fun Net, and thank you for that information about the DX contest there. Thanks.
No problem, Jimmy. Okay, well, I'll be listening. KC9GCR, KE9M.
Okay, Kurt, sounds good. Thanks for checking in and letting us, giving us your input on stuff there. Okay, are there any more stations who would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net at this time? If you're coming home with your Friday night fish fry, steak fry, or grocery shopping, or the show, if you just turned your radio on, or if you've been copying the mail for the last 45 minutes, this is your chance to check in the Friday Night Fun Net from anywhere in the region with ground traffic. Please call K9GCR. Okay, Mike, go ahead. Kilo Foxtrot 5, Papa Victor. Okay, I've got him, I've got him checked in for a little IC for internet checking. Okay, he's checked in, Mike, thanks. Okay, at this time, are there any more stations who would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
K9EPZ.
K9EPZ, good evening, Al. What's going on with you?
Oh, not much anymore. I had an interesting day today. My caregiver got sick. We had to call an ambulance for.
Oh boy, I'm sorry to hear that. That's no good. Now I suppose they'll have to look around for another caregiver until she gets back on her feet.
she's already back on her feet. They're trying to say, the hospital's trying to say it was, oh, I can't think of what they call it now.
Vertigo.
Vertigo, not to be confused with horizontal. Never mind. Yeah, they think it was vertigo. She was gasping for breath and swore she couldn't breathe. Although the amount of time it took for me to go get on the phone and call the ambulance or whatever, she had to have been breathing some. She just felt she wasn't.
Well, thank God she's all right. That's the important thing. So, okay, Al, I don't know if you follow boxing or not. Last week we were talking about pro wrestling. Now, tonight we're giving the boxers equal time. Who was your favorite boxer today or back in your younger days?
Oh, I don't know. When I was a kid, I used to drink Joe Louis milk. That's going way back. Never did get a George Foreman grill, but I guess they're all right. Had some George Foreman underwear for a while.
I never knew he made any sponsored underwear. I knew he sponsored the grill. I see it advertised on it. He's advertising for some other outfit now. I don't know what it was about. Some remodeling or something like that. Something you go fix up your house or your walls or something. I don't know. But he since he quit boxing, you see a lot more. I think you see him more on the advertising circuit than you did in the boxing ring.
Oh yeah, well he's not a young man anymore anyway. Yeah, he's doing commercials now for home warranties. So, but yeah, I never really followed boxing that much. I really didn't. So I couldn't,
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I think he was doing stuff for Colonial Penn Life Insurance Company too. That you see him advertised, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Okay, Al. Hey, thanks for checking in. Night watch came in pretty good last night, but I didn't try to check in. So we'll wait and see what happens later on tonight.
Oh no! Just came over to scanner. They're sending an ambulance over to Becky's house. She'll get home, so I guess she's having trouble again.
Oh no! I'm sorry. We'll continue to pray for her. Well, let's hope it's not serious. Okay, Al. Thanks for that information. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Okay, do we have any more stations who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun at this time? Please call now. Okay, one moment, please. I want to get, since there's DX contest that's this weekend, what I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do is read the DX Code of Conduct and the Contester's Code of Ethics. DX Code of Conduct. Number 1, I will listen and then listen again before calling. 2, I will only call if I can copy the DX station properly. 3, I will not trust the DX cluster and will be sure of the DX station's call sign before calling. 4, I will not interfere with the DX station nor anyone calling and will never tune up on the DX frequency or in the QSX slot. 5, I will wait for the DX station to end the contact before I call. 6, I will always send my full call sign. 7. I will call and then listen for a reasonable interval. I will not call continuously. 8. I will not transmit when the DX operator calls another call sign, not mine. 9. I will not transmit when the DX operator queries a call sign not like mine. 10. I will not transmit when the DX station requests geographic areas other than mine. 11. When the DX operator calls me, I will not repeat my call sign unless I think he has copied it incorrectly. 12. I will be thankful if and when I do make a contact. 13. I will respect my fellow hams. Just a minute there. 13. I will respect my fellow hams and conduct myself so as to earn their respect. And this is number 14. This is not part of the code, but this is a suggestion by Kerry, K9MED. Number 14. I will send a QSL card to the DX operator to confirm my contact with the station. That's the DX code of conduct. Now, I will read the contester's code of ethics. 1. I will learn and obey the rules of any contest I enter, including the rules of my entry category. 2. I will obey the rules for amateur radio in my country. 3. I will not modify my log after the contest by using additional data sources to correct call sign / exchange errors. 4. I will accept the judging and the scoring decisions of the contest sponsor as final. 5. I will adhere to the DX code of conduct in my operating style. 6. I will yield my frequency to any emergency communications activity. And number 7. I will operate my transmitter with sufficient signal quality to minimize interference to others. That's the contester's code of ethics. I'll tell you what Rick K9QDP said when I first started reading it, and he may be right. If everybody observed the DX code of conduct and the contester's code of ethics, nobody will be making a contact. But then you know what? He meant that as a joke, but I think he might, in a way, he might be right too. Okay. So good luck. Those of you who are participating in any HF contacts or DX contests, hope you make quite a few contacts. Okay, at this time, are there any more stations who would like to check the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, stand by, Mike. I think there was another station. Trying to check in. Other station, come back, please.
Yep, this is KD9QVB, Brian in Roscoe. No traffic.
Okay, Brian, I've got you checked in. Let me get back to Mike there. I'll talk to you in a bit there, Brian. Mike, K9MED, go ahead with that internet check-in. Hey, that's Matt down in Tennessee. Oh, yeah, he used to be net control of the Kishwaukee Amateur Radio Club net on Monday night. He always put me down as an honorary check-in. He always mentioned the Friday night fun net. Hey, Matt K9HWK, I've you got your internet check-in, and and welcome back to Friday Night Fun Net. Mike, thank you very much. Okay. Any more stations want to check the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, I'm trying to get my papers organized here. Oh, hold on. That's what happens. If you guys, any of you could come and visit my hand shack when I'm doing the net, see what I gotta do, see all the paper the guy got a shovel and all that sort of thing like that. You wouldn't believe it. Okay, at this time, oh yes, that's right, Brian, KD9QDB. What is going on with you?
Hey there, Jimmy. Yeah, just hanging out here at home. Just got home a little bit ago. I was over with Kevin, N9EGF. We were kind of looking at his radio setup a little bit, trying to figure some things out. Still scratching our head on that, but we'll get there. He'll get there. I'll be help or stay out of the way, one of the two. But other than that, picked up a new rig myself, so I've been working on that and trying to get that set up. So got that pretty well squared away. But other than that, tomorrow night I got a bunch of people coming over, and we're going to have a Polish party have Polish food. Over.
There is nothing wrong with that. The Polish sausages and kielbasa and what that. Nothing wrong with that.
Roger that.
I've always enjoyed Polish sausages. Let's see. Oh boy. I can't think of the ones that I buy at Sullivan Foods here. I think it's oh boy. They make that. It comes out of Chicago. It's kind of a brand name too. I don't know what that. I can't remember what that name is. But that's definitely good. That's definitely good Polish sausage.
Well, that's fantastic. Yeah, I've been doing this for over 20 years. Every year once a year we have friends that are Polish, and we have them over, and they have to bring a Polish dish to pass, and we just have a good time eating, visiting, and usually got some Polish music, polka playing in the background. So it's a good time. Everybody has fun. Over.
There's nothing wrong with that. You know, they eat sauerkraut in Poland too. Everybody thinks sauerkraut is a German, but I think that they also eat that in Poland too.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of European countries that eat sauerkraut and cabbage. We'll have stuffed cabbage rolls and Polish potato noodles and pierogies and glumki. That's the stuffed cabbage. We'll have sauerkraut. We'll have sausage. So it'll be good.
Oh yeah, you bet there will be. Yeah, that's for sure. 2 weeks from today, it'll be St. Patrick's Day. And I'll be doing my usual spiel about corned beef and cabbage not being Irish, which is true. It is not. It originated in Germany, but we'll talk about that in 2 weeks. But yeah, I tried corned beef and cabbage. I didn't like it. I still don't like it, and I'm Irish too.
That's all right. They'll let you still claim to be Irish. Just you've tried it in your lifetime, I'm sure. So as long as you were one that tried it, you can say, "Hey, I tried it. I didn't care for it," and that's the way it is. But so other than that, nothing else going on. I'm probably going to be short time here. I've been busy all day and haven't seen my wife, so I'm going to listen here for a few more minutes, and then I'll probably bug out and go head upstairs with her. So sorry I'm not hanging with you the rest of the night, but I'll listen for a few minutes. So we'll turn it back to you, Jimmy. This is KD9QBB.
Well, don't worry about that, Brian. You got stuff to do tomorrow and what have you. That's the way it goes there too. But before I let you go, I'm asking the question: who is your favorite professional boxer? We talked about professional wrestling yesterday. I was asking you, and do you have a favorite professional boxer, or do you follow boxing at all?
Well, I don't follow it so much, but I would have to say Sugar Ray Leonard.
It's K9GCR, the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Center here in Freeport. We've got, Brian, you have a good evening. Thanks for checking in, and good luck with your Polish party tomorrow.
Roger that. Well, you guys have a good time on the net tonight.
I don't know what happened there. We ended up in the digital side. Okay, Brian, thanks for checking in. Are there any more stations who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now. Okay, one moment, please. We'll be right with you. Okay, what we're going to do here, we're going to do a Friday Night Fun Net trivia. This is for the benefit of those new hams who are studying for their first ham radio license, and what have you. I know a lot of people listen to us since they can't listen to police communications anymore, unless you have a very expensive digital scanner, which you can pick up Illinois State Police and some other agencies via StarCon 21. And other people listen to us just for the enjoyment of it. So, but yes, you can still listen to fire and EMS communications too on VHF high band analog. So, okay. Okay, here's the first. Just a minute. I think I read that question last week. I don't want to read it again. Oh boy. Okay. What types of international communications, if an FCC licensed amateur radio station permitted to make? A. Communications incidental to the purposes of the amateur radio service and remarks of a personal character. B. Communications incidental to conducting business or remarks of a personal nature. C. Only communications incidental to a contest exchanges. All other communications are prohibited. C. C, any communications that would be permitted by an international broadcast station. What types of international communications is an FCC licensed amateur radio station permitted to make? A, communications incidental to the purposes of the amateur radio service and remarks of a personal character. B, communications incidental to conducting business or remarks of a personal nature. C, only communications incidental to contest exchanges. All other communications are prohibited. D, any communications that would be permitted by an international broadcast station. Anybody have a correct answer to this question? Okay. What types of international communications is an FCC licensed amateur radio station permitted to make? Correct answer is A, alpha. Communications incidental to the purposes of the amateur radio service and remarks of a personal character. Unless specifically prohibited by the government of either country, any ham can talk to any other ham. International communications must be limited to the purposes of the amateur service or remarks of a personal nature. Ham radio license manual page 7-15. Okay, sorry about that. What types of amateur stations can automatically retransmit the signals of other amateur stations? A, auxiliary, beacon, or earth stations. B, earth, repeater, or space stations. C, beacon, repeater, or space stations. D, repeater, auxiliary, or space stations. What types of amateur stations can automatically retransmit the signals of other amateur stations? A, auxiliary, beacon, or earth stations. B, earth, repeater, or space stations. C, beacon, repeater, or space stations. D, repeater, auxiliary, or space station. Anybody correct answer to this question?
I'm going to guess B, Jimmy, since nobody's answering that. W9AXD. B, Bravo. W9AXD.
Good evening, Chad. Sorry, that's not the correct answer, but thanks for trying. I'll get back to you. in a minute. Anybody else want to give it a shot? Okay. What types of amateur stations can automatically retransmit the signals of other amateur stations? Correct answer is D, Delta. Repeater, auxiliary, or space station. Retransmitting the signals of another station is generally prohibited, except when you are relaying messages or additional data from another station. Some types of stations, repeaters, auxiliary stations, and space stations in parentheses, are allowed to automatically retransmit signals on different frequencies or channels. Ham radio license manual page 8-11. W9AXD. Okay, Chad, what's going on with you? How did your net go last night?
Hi, Jimmy. Good evening to the rest of the net. It was about the usual, me and two other individuals last night, so trying to drum up some more business here, but hopefully that happens. So I will, again, Thursdays, 7 p.m. on 146.400 is the Rock County Simplex net. Everyone obviously welcome to check in. Round table type net, probably go 2-3 go-rounds. And sometimes we don't have much conversation, but other times we kind of get on a topic that kind of develops on its own. So you never know what happens. So it's fun to come and check it out. But that's what happened last night, Jimmy. It was me, Kevin, and Roscoe, Jim and Beloit, and then Michael. I guess it was 4 of us. So Michael and James were A9VU, and N9EGF, KD9GDY, and myself. So that's how that went.
Okay, that's great. You know, I forgot all about it because I was going to go and I was going to try to check in short time. But as soon as after the 7 o'clock Skywarn net start, I thought, oh boy, I forgot all about it. So okay, that's good. Chad, I was asking everybody, and I don't know if you follow boxing or not, but the question is, who's your favorite professional boxer nowadays, or back when you were growing up, or don't you follow boxing?
Well, I got to say, Jimmy, I guess let me add one more comment about the net. But yeah, no problem. You forgot about it. I've done that. I've even forgot my own net sometimes. Not this time, but the other ones. So no problem on that. I was even waiting there for you. Somebody else checked in too in the beginning. He gave his call, but I couldn't get back to him, and he didn't answer me again. So I don't know who that was. So if that person happens to be listening tonight, or maybe has checked in and hears this, go ahead and try it again next week. We'd love to have you. I'm not sure who that was, though. And as far as boxing, Jimmy, I mean, totally honestly, I think boxing is a really stupid sport, so I have no opinion one way or the other on that one.
This is K9G Charter Friday Night Fun at the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun at Central and Freeport. Oh, I hear you. You know, it ain't like it used to be back in the day. Boxing was boxing when I was growing up, and you know what? The boxers they got nowadays, honestly compels me to say this, but they don't cut the mustard in my book. I'll take the great boxers we had back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s back here. Let's see, Rocky Marciano, Cassius Slade, well, of course, Joe Louis was before my time. I was born in 48. And let's see, Sugar Ray Robinson, Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, oh yeah, George Foreman, and the ones they got nowadays, forget it.
Let me retract on my other comment here a little bit. But yeah, I don't know any of those guys. So, favorite boxer, does Rocky Balboa count, Jimmy? Hi.
All right, we can count them. This is the Friday Night Fun net after all.
There you go. I like Rocky. I mean, I like Sylvester Stallone anyway. He seems like a pretty cool guy, I think, so. But anyway, yeah, good question, though. What kind of other responses did you get? I just came on here because we were on, Erica was on the Pink Habs tune-out in Milwaukee, so we just came over here after she was done with that. So what other responses did we get?
Most everybody said they didn't follow the boxing, and that was it.
Okay, I don't feel so bad then. So, all right, very good. So other than that, nothing really going on here. I did a little bit disappointed in my tower decision, not putting it up, but 60-foot tower, kind of as a side comment here, I want to get a top section because I want to top mount an antenna for my repeater I'm going to put up here, and if I add anything else to it, I'm going to have to guy it, which we don't want to really do. I don't think we have enough yard to... We might have enough yard, but I don't want to have guy wires everywhere. That just looks messy, I think, kind of. Probably just attracts more attention to the tower. But I wish I would have thought about it before I did this, Jimmy, and did a little more research and kind of knew what I was doing, which I guess I kind of didn't. But I should have gotten two 20-foot tower sections and then a 20-foot top section. Then I'd have my top section that comes to a point on the top, a tapered end, and that's still up by a 60-foot tower. So, but it's a little late now. Have to see what else we can work out with that, mounting antennas on top of it. So I'm a little disappointed in my, lack of forethought on that. So, but I guess we'll work with it. So other than that, go ahead, Jimmy.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, you live and you learn. What are you gonna do? That's just the way it is. So, well, no, maybe sometime down the road, maybe you'll be able to get that figured out to how you want to do it. But that's it's just stuff happens. What are you gonna do? Just like somebody has his heart set on buying a certain radio. You buy some other people try to talk you out of it. You get that radio you want, and sure enough, it does not. It ain't all it's cracked up to be, and you kick yourself into you know what. What are you gonna do?
Yep, exactly. I mean, I think we can make something work here. We just have to probably side mount some stuff. And I don't see why. Maybe I'll call Roan on Monday and say, hey, can you build me even a 3-foot top section might be good. That might be fine. So we'll see if they can custom build me one, but it might cost me more. But the 10-foot top section, if I would buy it, is $1,200 plus freight from Illinois there. So I don't think I want to spend the money on that. So we'll probably work something else out. So anyway, Jimmy, I'll let you go. I'll go back to net here, and I got some other stuff on the computer I should be doing. So nice check in. Nice to talk to you again. So maybe we'll catch you next Thursday or Friday. W9AXD.
Okay, I'm sure we'll probably hear you on the Monroe net this coming Sunday night. Now let me have a call if you're better at. I want to check her in too.
Yeah, roger that. Kilo Delta 9 Victor Bravo X-ray. I think the name is Erica. ERICKA. Echo Romeo India Charlie Kilo Alpha.
Oh God, I should know that. That's the way it goes. Chad, have a good evening. Thanks for checking the Friday Night Fun. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your weekend. Maybe we'll talk to you next Friday, or maybe we'll hear you on the Monroe net this coming Sunday night.
All right, roger that. Maybe I'll check into the Ragtune net tomorrow night. I keep forgetting about that too, so maybe I'll jump in there for a little bit. 7-3 WI9HF back to net.
Sounds good, Chad. I'll be net control then tomorrow night. Okay, 7-3. I'll talk to you later. Do we have any more stations want to check the Friday Night Fun net? Please go now. Okay. Alright. Okay. Back to Friday Night Fun net trivia. Which is equal to 28.28400 kilohertz? A. 28.400 kilohertz. B. 2.800 megahertz. C. 284.00 megahertz. D. 28.400 megahertz. This is not double talk either. Which is equal to 28400 kilohertz. A. 28.400 kilohertz. D. 2.800 megahertz. C. 284.00 megahertz. D. 28.400 megahertz. Anybody have a correct answer to this question? Okay, which is equal to 28400 kilohertz? Correct answer is D delta 28.400 megahertz. 28400 kilohertz equals 28400 times 0.001 megahertz per kilohertz equals 28.4 megahertz. Ham radio license manual page 2-2. think I read this question before. I don't want to read it again. Okay, here we go. What is the function of the SSB/CW-FM switch on a VHF power amplifier? A. Change the mode of the transmitted signal. B. Set the amplifier for proper operation in the selected mode. C. Change the frequency range of the amplifier to operate in the proper portion of the band. D. Reduce the received signal noise. What is the function of the SSB/CW-FM switch on a VHF power amplifier? A. Change the mode of the transmitted signal. B. Set the amplifier for proper operation in the selected mode. C. Change the frequency range of the amplifier to operate in the proper portion of the band. D. Reduce the received signal noise. Anybody have correct answer to this question? This is K9 GCR, the Friday Night Fun Night on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford. Okay. Oh, I'm just watching the weather, man. I'm not paying no attention. Okay. What is the function of the SSB/CW-FM switch on the VHF power amplifier? Correct answer is B. Bravo. Set the amplifier for proper operation in selected mode. I think we're just going to call a halt to the Friday Night Fun Net Trivia for the night. We'll do it again next Friday night. At this time, we have any more stations who want to check in. Please call now. Okay, this is number 9 of the 30 original radio nut jokes. You know you are a radio nut when you'd rather sell your family's TV and VCR than give up the box of vacuum tubes you got at a bargain, even though 90% of them are dead. If you have a homemade radio nut joke you want to pass along, you can give me a call here on the radio or on the Friday Night Fun Net hotline. The homemade radio nut jokes are better than the 30 original ones anyway. Okay. Do we have any more stations so I can check in the Friday Night Fun Net at this time? Please call now. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a rundown of all the other nets we have in the area. In about 35 minutes at 10 p.m., if you're able to pick up the 443.750 repeater in Chicago, that has a PL1 14.8 plus offset, the night watch net will be getting underway. That net runs 7 nights a week. That repeater is on one of the tall buildings in Chicago overlooking Lincoln Park. So that's just a little northeast of the Chicago Loop there. So they were coming in pretty good last night. March 11th to 17th, temperature outlook looks like it's going to be cool in our area. Normal high temperatures, March 1st, 40, March 15th, 46, March 31st to 54. 46 degrees for highs Saturday. Monday, 52 degrees. So that'll be the warm day with a chance of rain. I'm just watching the weather map on the WTVO on the WQRF channel 39 for their news here. Okay, don't forget tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. on the 146.610 repeater. I have a feeling we might end up holding this net here. It'll be the Saturday evening rag tune net. It's going to be a 1-year anniversary. I think exactly 1 year ago this weekend we had our first Saturday evening rag tune net. We've had a very successful year with that. I was pleasantly surprised. I wasn't sure what was going to happen, especially during the summer months when a lot of people are outside, not near their radios. But we did all right, that's for sure. Saturday evening rag tune net tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. either on the 6-1 repeater or here on this repeater. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Then the Saturday night fun net. That's also it's now on at the same time the Saturday evening rag tune net is on. It's on 146.910 repeater in Milwaukee. Well, technically that repeater is located in New Berlin, Wisconsin. That has a PL of 127.3 minus offset. A lot of the topics they talk about, I wouldn't even dream of bringing up on this net. So you got to check in a certain way. You got to check in like A through D or E through G or what have you there. That's something like that. Okay. Hold on just a minute. I just remembered something. This coming Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on the Illinois statewide Aries net is held the first and third Sundays of each month on 3905 7580 meters at the 4:30 p.m. Lloyd KB9R KB9APW Lloyd, our EC here in the District 2, will be he'll be first up as the net control operator. He'll call stations in our 18 county area IEMA region 2. Then he'll call the other stations will call the other districts in the state there. But once again, Illinois statewide Aries net Sunday evening at 4:30 p.m. on 3.905 megahertz, 80 meters, 75, 80 meters upper sideband. The Greene County Aries Races net meets on the Sundays at 7:30 p.m. on the 145.110 repeater in Monroe with a PL 123.0 minus offset. Scott, K9YI is net control of that net. So, okay, combination Aries Races and rag tune net. The Whiteside County Aries Races net meets on Thursday. Just a minute, before we do that, I'll give you the Big Thunder Amps Radio Club net in Belvedere. That meets on Sunday evenings at 8 p.m. on the 147.375 repeater in Belvedere, PL 100.0 plus offset. Now, the Whiteside County Aries Races Group holds its Sunday evening net also at 8 p.m. on the 146.850 repeater in Sterling, PL 114.8 minus offset. You shouldn't have any problem getting to that repeater. The antenna is about 300 feet in the air on the Illinois State Police District 1 radio tower. Okay, Monday night rah-rah info net will take place either on the 6-1 repeater or here on this repeater at 7 p.m. I will be net control. I share the duties as net control operator with Larry, K9 and the KZT. The Lee County Aries Racing Group holds its net at 8 p.m. on the 146.970 repeater in Dixon with a PL of 82.5 minus offset. Okay, the Kishwaukee Amateur Radio Club holds its Monday evening net at 8:30 p.m. on the 146.730 repeater in DeKalb. It has a PL of 100.0 minus offset. Tuesday evenings at 7 p.m. we have two nets. Of course, we got the Tuesday evening held in the tech net on the 146.610 repeater. We can't hold it there. We'll hold it here. That's at 7 p.m. with Larry. H9GO is your net control operator. We ask everybody how they're doing health-wise and if they have any technical questions. Also, at the same time, that is underway. The Rock County Aries Racing net is held on the 145.450 repeater in Janesville with a PL of 123.0 minus offset. Okay, the guys down in Ogle County just started up a new net. It's on the, I don't know what the name of the net is, but they meet at 8:30 p.m. on Tuesday evenings on the 147.165 repeater in Oregon. The PL of 146.2 plus offset. Now that's a half hour before the 9 o'clock Ogle County Aries Racing net. So they had quite a few check-ins on that net. Immediately following that net at 9 p.m. as I said, is the Ogle County Amateur Radio net for Aries Skywarn. On 147.165 repeater, an Oregon with PL 146.2 minus plus offset. Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. here in Freeport, the 147.390 repeater, PL 114.8 plus offset. We have the weekly Steams County Aries net. I'm net control. Immediately following that net at 7:30 p.m. on the 147.120 repeater in Boyd, PL 123.0 minus offset. Superior Boyd Amateur Radio Club net. And at 8 p.m., once again on the 147.390 repeater here in Freeport, PL 114.8 plus offset, we have our Wednesday evening swap net. Mel, K9RFD, and I share the use of net control operator. Mel ran a net this past Wednesday, and I'll do the net this coming Wednesday. Okay, and now, Thursday evenings at 7 p.m. We got the Northern Illinois Skywarn Training Net with Ricky WX9RLT. That meets at 7 p.m. on this repeater. And immediately following that net, I will do the Thursday evening Health and Tech net. Now, also at 7 p.m., as you heard Chad mention, W9AXD mention, the Rock County is Simplex net. It's on 146.400 Simplex frequency at 7 p.m. You check in that net. I gotta remember to do that myself, and give Chad a call. Give him a check-in. He would appreciate that very much. All right. The senile net is held Every day, Monday through Friday, between the hours of 1400 and 1500 hours Zulu on 14.287 megahertz, 20 meters upper sideband with Chuck. W9MED is your net control station. Okay, you're all caught up today, your local nets. Support your local net control operators, your local nets, your local repeaters. If you're a member of any ham radio club, by all means support your local repeaters. At this time, are there any more stations like checking the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KC9GCR. K9FLO. Good evening, Jimmy.
K9FLO, good evening, Dean. What's going on with you?
Oh, well, it's Friday night. We're down to Rockford for a fish fry, and so that was our big excitement out for the night. Otherwise, not much. We're going to better get down here before you shut down. So, how's the net going, and what's happening?
Well, the net's going great. You're checking number 22. It was kind of a slow net tonight, not like it was last week when they were coming in right and left there, but slow net tonight. And I'm asking a question. I don't know if you follow boxing or not, but last week we were talking about pro wrestling, and tonight I'm asking everybody who's your favorite all-time boxer, either today or when you were growing up.
Wow, that's a good one. I don't know if I had a favorite or not, other than, the ones that were, active when Clay was around and Foreman and all those. But otherwise, the only thing I can say is my daughter is an amateur boxer out in Washington, D.C., and she enjoys it. It's a hobby, but she's been in competition, so I guess I can say I have a family member that is active amateur boxing anyway there, Jimmy.
Well, congratulations. That's good to hear. Well, a lot of people said they didn't follow. They didn't follow boxing or never did follow it, so that sounds good. Now, I don't know if Kurt KD9MED is still on the air or not, but he might be listening. Kurt, are you still on the air?
KC9GCR, KE9N. Yes, I'm still here. I was waiting for Dean. And good afternoon to you, Dean. I was doing a little research, just kind of looking. And yeah, I think the best thing would be to keep your eyes peeled for an old Kenwood MC50, or I think you could probably use the element out of an MC60 and see if anyone's got one. Boy, they want kind of an arm and a leg for them on eBay. The microphones, and we don't need that. We just kind of need the element. But anyhow, I'm doing okay. What's going on, Dean?
Good evening, Kurt. Does Heil make a, they used to make like a 5 and a 6. They still make those. Are they practical, or do they want an arm or a leg? I mean, I suppose one of those could be in there, since the one in there is like a 3. Boy, I don't remember what they have out nowadays, but something like that. Just the element itself, do they sell it that way, or do you have to buy the whole assembly?
I'm not real sure. Now, years ago, you used to be able to buy an HC4 or an HC5, and then I think someone at Heil Sound figured out, hey, wait a minute, why are we selling elements for $30 when we ought to discontinue that, and we need to sell the whole microphone for about $130. So for a while, I know you couldn't buy that stuff at all, and actually then they had after the 5, they had a 5.1 Now they're up to like 6, and I don't remember what the differences are. But to answer your question, I'm not real sure if you can just buy an element or not.
Yeah, that's interesting. That, of course, they figure out a way to make more money. Can't blame them. They're in the business of doing that. I'll have to look around and see something on eBay or something like that. Get a feeling it's going to be rather challenging. I think the best thing for Chuck's going to be is keep an eye open at the Hamfest coming up. That would probably be his best location. But of course, he could end up buying the same thing again, and you just never know because you're buying somebody else's device that they're getting rid of because they can get it work or it's broke or something like that.
Yeah. Now, one thing to keep in mind with any of them, like an MC50 or MC60, usually when they put those together, they used Loctite to tighten down that front part onto the microphone body. And normally when Heil was selling the elements separately, one of the things they said in the instructions, and I bought one, and you had to do this, is you have to take like a hot air gun or a hair dryer will work okay, and heat that body up right where it screws on, and then you can get it off. So if you run across the microphone and the head screws off real easily, well, there's two things. One, probably someone's already been in there, so you can take it off and look at the element and see what it is, because normally those elements actually kind of fit right in there. They were much bigger than a Heil element. They were round and they were black, and they actually they were black plastic, and they would just kind of pilot right into the front there. So that's the one thing. The other side would be that, of course, if you can't budge the darn head at all, well, probably it's still in original condition, and you're going to have to sort of wing it and make an assumption, which is wrong, but assume that element is okay. The rest of it, we don't care about the body or whatever. But that's kind of what I would think. Or we could take, and if you wanted to, put a wanted ad out on QTH.com and explain the situation. You're just looking for an element for a MC50. You don't need anything else, and maybe a guy has one in terrible shape, and at least would sell the element.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. No, the MC50, the element, was that a dual, a 3-wire microphone, for a low and high? I take it because this one here, the head came off real easy on it. You could tell, obviously, somebody had intentionally taken it off, and I could tell right away by the way they had this the foam packing in there that it was very customized. And then when I saw that cartridge, boy, that sure doesn't fit inside the head there. And look at it, see Heil name on the back of it, so I knew it was a redo on it. Why? My guess is somebody thought it might be better, as far as this particular mic, and maybe not appreciated the way the Kenwood was. Although I've never had a Kenwood mic other than a hand mic. Yeah, I can't think of anything else what a person could do on something like that. Yeah, that's too bad going there. But if somebody gets something, well, I want to do this, I want to try this. It's like good advertising, and figure, well, boy, I got to get a Heil cartridge, put it in, this make the mic a whole lot better. So, some of the manufacturing engineers are pretty good at what they do, and they know what works best for the radio. KE9N, K9FLO in the, I was almost going to call senile. Back to you, Kurt.
K9FLO, KE9N with the Jimmy net, KC9GCR. Well, the reason they started doing that was because the element that is in Chuck's microphone, that was used for DXing in general. It wasn't for rag chewing. Whereas the Kenwood one was more of a rag chew element. In fact, it usually had too many lows in it. And I don't know if you remember, but the old trick was to take an empty cardboard tube from like a roll of toilet paper, and you actually put it over the mic head, and the reason is then it wouldn't pick up like background noise or side noise. And that was always the old trick, to use the a cardboard tube, and you put it just right over the front, because it just has a lot of lows. Now, with that being said, I don't think Chuck is really too concerned about that. It wasn't like it didn't sound good, but the element that's in there right now, that was more like the DXing element, if you want to call it that. Real crisp, real sharp and narrow, and that's what you wanted, the DX to hear your call. You didn't care if you sounded natural. You wanted your call to be in a very small audio bandwidth to distinct you from everybody else. But that's not what he's after. So ideally, you could use an HC5, and that would work okay. Or if they still make a 6 or 6.1 element only, but you know, a 6.1 element, I'm afraid that, God, I'd hate to guess what those would cost too. You can probably buy an old MC50 for about half the cost of just a new element.
Well, here's a thought on that. I use the mic I'm talking on right now as a Behringer microphone. In other words, like they use it in almost studio. And I've had real good luck on my 991 with it, and I hope it sounds okay on this. And I think I paid about $20, $21 for it. It's a ball mic, and Chuck could live with that. Maybe. What do you think of something like this for what it is? I can't beat the price on them.
If he doesn't care if it's a Behringer mic, that's probably the best solution.
KD9EPZ.
Somebody jumping in there, very good. Hopefully he has some input. Yeah, in fact, and this worked real nice on that stand he's got too, so that's a thought, and the price is great on them. Shoot it back to you, Kurt, and you can see who's maybe wanting to add information there. K9FLO.
Hey, no problem. Al, go ahead.
I was just about to say, I know a few people that are running those Behringer microphones and are happy with it. I myself am running a Heil, but I know people that are running the Behringers, and quite a bit of difference in price.
Yeah, that's true. Dean, I'll tell you what. I think I still have a Behringer at work that I'm not using. If you want to, do what you have to do, sort of. They're not terribly expensive. But if you could at least wire it up and try it, I don't care about, you using that. But I got it at work. I'm almost sure I got it at work. But I could bring that home, and then you could try to wire it up and see what would happen.
Yeah, that'd work. The one I'm using is an XM8500. This is one that a lot of the guys are saying to use it because it sounded very close to the Heil, I believe, or one of the other ball mics. Yeah, absolutely. If you got it, and they take a XLR connector on the end of them, and I think I do have a few XLR connectors. So, yeah, Chuck might be impressed with having that high-tech looking mic connector configuration.
Okay, well, let's plan on that, and at least you can experiment and see how it sounds and whatever, but I'm almost sure I got that at work. I don't think I have it here at the house. So I'll bring that home, and we can experiment with that, and you can make an adapter or whatever you have to do. All right, well, anyhow, let me turn it back to you then, and then you can turn it back to Jimmy or whatever. K9FLO, KE9N, and I'll be clear.
All right, Kurt, very good. I'll check in. Take a look and see. I think they still make this mic in it, but yeah, like I said, I think I paid $20 for it. I don't remember where I bought it. Probably Parts Express or one of those places. And the only difference is you got to use an XLR connector on them and have a separate push to talk. But he's basically got that there with the base of that 50, which is just going to be a matter of reconfiguring the wiring a little bit, not much, and he should be back in business and should have fun with it. All right, Jimmy, let me shoot it back to you. Sorry we inhaled the net on you, but you know, I guess as you say, it's kind of a techie thing. KC9GCR, K9FLO.
KC9GCR, hey, don't worry about you guys. The net's kind of slow tonight anyway, and I was not getting as many check-ins as I did last week. So don't worry about it. This is great. So you guys, guys have a good evening, and the 7-3, thank you for both of you, and Al for participating in the rag show. I think this is the best part of the whole net when you guys get together in the rag show. I think this is great. So we're an informal net anyway, so I think that's why a lot of people look forward to this net. So okay, you have a good you guys have a good evening. I'm sure we'll probably talk to you. Kurt will probably talk to you on the rag show net tomorrow night. I'll be net control. So talk to you guys later. 7-3.
All right, see you later, Jimmy. Take care. Thanks a lot for letting us talk a little bit. And everyone, have a good evening. KE9N, I'll be cleared. I'm going upstairs.
Okay, this is K9GCR, the Friday Night Fun at the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford. I had a call on the Friday Night Fun Net hotline, KC9IH in LaSalle, Illinois. He's one of the check-ins on the Night Watch net. That'll be getting underway in about 5 minutes on the 443.750 Repeater in Chicago. I'll see if I can pick him up or not, but I told him that his favorite fighter was probably the Muhammad Ali, or no, I take that back. Rocky Marciano, yes. So he's 73. I told him I just turned 75. So okay, that's figured. Okay, guys, that's great. Any more stations want to check in the Friday Night Fun at this time? Please call now. Okay, Scott K9YI, I believe that's you. You might want to go to the input, the straight 159575. I can copy you that way. Go ahead. Okay, I can read you. This is Scott K9YI in Monroe, Wisconsin. He's checking in on the input of the straight 195 simplex. Scott, I read you. There's some noise in your signal, but I read you. Go ahead. Okay, sounds good, Scott. I was asking everybody who their favorite boxer was in the ring, like Cassius Clay and Rocky Marciano. Last week we were talking about, I was asking everybody who their favorite wrestler was. Tonight I thought I'd better give the boxers equal time. So, do you have a favorite boxer or didn't you follow boxing? What do you say? Yeah, okay, you're probably thinking about Joe Frazier. That's the guy you used to have all those fights with, or else Sonny Liston, he had those 2 fights with. Yeah, that's for sure. Back in the day, boxing was boxing. Today, I hate to say this, but it's a joke. Put it that way. Today's boxers don't cut the mustard in my book. Yeah, I understand. I only follow basketball at the high school level. I don't get into, I don't care for college or the pros at all. We got to see Byron Lady Tigers from Byron, Illinois, playing for the state championship tomorrow in girls basketball. And of course, next weekend we got the boys state tournament. They're in down in Champaign, and of course I'm sure you probably have your tournament either like next week or the week afterwards. I heard that saw that on the news tonight. That's really unfortunate. That's for sure. Okay, Scott, I'm going to let you go. You have a good night. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. We'll talk to you on the Sunday night net there, the Green County Aries Racing net. K9G shall be clear. 7-3. Okay, that was Scott, K9YI in Monroe. You were checking in on the 195 Simplex. Do we have any more stations that like to check in the Friday Night Fun at this time? Please call now. This is K9G Star with the Friday Night Fun Net on the W9AXD K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Central and Freeport. It is now 10 p.m. curfew time. Parents, you know where your children are at.
Lockdown.
Yep, yeah, you're right, Kurt. Lockdown. Winnebago County Jail is going on lockdown at this very moment. Kerry, K9MED, was telling me he listens to the jail frequencies on his scanner. He doesn't live too far away from there. At exactly 10 o'clock every night at this time, the dispatch calls all the correctional officers, says lockdown, lockdown. All the jailbirds are being put to bed now. Nighty night, jailbirds. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. This is K9GCR, the Friday Night Fun Net. Do we have any more stations you want to check in? Please call now. Okay, I want to tell you about the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page. Brad and Ricky W9AXD are in charge of that. We've had at least 154 stations on that Facebook page. So let's see if I can find Brad's call sign. It'll be in business here. Yeah, Alpha the Hotel 2 India. That's Brad's call sign along with the Ricky WX9RLT. They're in charge of the Facebook page. You'll see pertinent information about the Friday Night Fun Net, and you'll even see update pictures of my Amtrak and what have you. And by the way, this net will soon be posted on the Facebook page. After I sign off here, which will be in a few minutes, Mike K9MED will post it on the Facebook page, and if those of you who tuned in after the miss most of the net, you'll be able to hear it. Yeah, you'll be able to hear past editions of the Friday Night Fun Net, especially like last week when we were talking about pro wrestling. Tonight we're talking about pro boxing. But listen to the Friday Night Fun Net all day, every day, all night, every night. With the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page, it's Friday night, every night of the week. So. And then I want to tell you about the Friday Night Fun Net Central Hotline. I had two check-ins on the hotline. I'm sure you, let's see, Case 9 EDF, John and Elgin, and Kurt and Dean and Al were talking to K9IH from LaSalle, Illinois. Called it on the phone. He was listening to this net on the internet, and you relay my information to the Night Watch net in Chicago. You see pictures of you heard that phone ring? That's a real telephone ring, folks, not that phony baloney cell phone ring. You see pictures of it on the Facebook page, the traditional red desktop touch-tone telephone. Now that's the Friday Night Fun Net hotline. So, okay. At this time, are there any more stations you'd like to check in? Please call now. Okay, I want to thank Dan, N9DCH, the trustee of this repair, for allowing us to hold the Friday Night Fun Net on this repair when we can't use 6-1. Most of all, thanks to Dan for getting this repair back on the air. It was down. It was off the air last weekend because of the ice storm. So I'm going to run down the list of stations that are checked in so far. K9KCT, wait a minute. K9QDO, 89BU, W9JTC, N9ZXK, my neighbor about a mile west of me here in Freeport, N9RPN Mel. Trustee of the 39 Repeater, thank you for checking in. That was a pleasant surprise. NW9P. Those were my early check-ins, my short time check-ins. Now, W3MBX, K9MED. Mike and Rochelle is live streaming this net on the internet and recording around the world on the internet and recording this on Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page. N9SBJ Scott and Rockford, KF9SD. Pat, keep fighting $9 silver. A Pat in Warren, Illinois, K9MED. Gary, Duke of Digital DX. K9DDF, John Elgin, checking on the Friday Night Fun Net hotline. Case, and myself, K9GCR, net control. And I want to thank KD9MED, Colonel Roscoe, the Rah Preston, the 6-1 Repeater, the Chairman, KF5, Papa Victor. Oh, another internet check-in. K9EPG, Alan Rochelle. We're going to say prayers for Becky. Let's hope she makes a full and complete recovery. KD9QDB, Brian in Boyd. KD9HWK, Matt, down in Tennessee, checking on for the first time on the internet with Brian and with Mike, KD9MED, W9AXD, Chad in Janesville. Don't forget to check out his Simplex that Thursday evenings at 7 p.m. on 146.400. KD9VBX, it's better half, K9FLOD, K9IH, in LaSalle, Illinois, listening on, checks on the hotline, listening to this on the internet, last but certainly not least, Scott, K9YI Monroe. Let's see, okay, we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Let's see now. Okay, let's see. I gotta check one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 regular check-ins, 3 internet check-ins, 2 hotline check-ins for a total of 24 check-ins overall. Are there any more stations you want to check in? Please call now. All right, now we got to do my honorary check-in. K9RFD. Tony here in Freeport, REC. I'll see him tomorrow afternoon at the State Line Amp Radio Club meeting. You're not doing anything, folks. Come on over. There's going to be a soldering class. Those of you who know how to solder or want to learn, you're welcome to come over. That meeting starts at 12:30 p.m. at the Freeport Public Library. Okay. K9RFD honorary check-in. Okay. Okay. We mustn't forget the beautiful Kishwaukee River Yacht Club south of Rockford. Scott, A9. Silver Fox. Hey, he checked into the Monday Night Rah-Rah on that this past Monday. That was good to hear his voice. So, okay. Let's see. K9FEO. Justin, 18 honorary check-in. And one of the best guys in the whole world. He doesn't check in every Friday night, but he listens every Friday night. Richard, N9ZO. It's Belvedere, 18 honorary check-in. That reminds me. Richard's got tickets, $8 tickets for the Sandwich Ham Fest. That'll take place on Sunday, May 7th. You want those tickets, give them a call at area code 815-547-8686. I repeat, area code 815-547-8686. If you want the advance tickets to the Sandwich Ham Fest on Sunday, May the 7th. Okay, who else? W9AXD Kevin. Oh, yes, I gotta remember to put this guy down. Ricky. WX9RFD HC honorary check-in. He's the host of the Thursday evening Northern Illinois Skywarn train at 7 p.m. on this repeater. Oh, who else? KD9MED. HC honorary check-in. I think I better put down the K9ICH. Robert, HC honorary check-in. And my two Steve County honorary check-ins. Let's see, Brandon, KD9LOA in Lena. And John, KD9OVJ. HC honorary check-in. He's working for Lemon's Ambulance. He's on duty tonight at their station in Lena. He's going to see if he can maybe get a mobile unit installed, maybe put up an antenna to see if he can get into these repeaters for the Friday Night Fun Net. So, okay. I can't think of anything else. Who else? This is Case 9G Star, the Friday Night Fun Net, W9AXD Repeater in Rockford. Transferring for Friday Night Fun Net Center in Freeport. Do we have any more stations you want to check in? Please call now. Okay, for check-in number 36, I decided to put down George, N9WSQ, our Club President. He's back home now. He came home last Saturday. He forgot to check in the NetBeat internet last Friday night. He's checked in for 3 Friday nights in a row, but he's down. He's got 36 check-ins. Okay. One moment, please. Do we have any more stations you want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Well, I read the DX Code of Conduct and the Contester's Code of Ethics, and I'm going to read the amateur's code. Note 1. The amateur is considerate and never knowingly uses the air in such a way as to lessen the pleasure of others. 2. The amateur is loyal. He offers his loyalty, encouragement, and support to his fellow radio amateurs, his local club, and the American Radio Relay League to which amateur radio is represented. 3. The amateur is progressive. He keeps his station abreast of science. Is well-built and efficient. His operating practice is above reproach. 4. The amateur is friendly. Slow and patient sending when requested. Friendly advice and counsel to the beginner. Kindly assistance, cooperation, and consideration for the interests of others. These are marks of the amateur spirit. 5. The amateur is balanced. Radio is his hobby. He never allows it to interfere with any of his duties he owes to his home, his job, his school, or his community. 6. The amateur is patriotic. His knowledge and his station are always ready for the service of his country and his community. That's the amateur's code. As Tony, N9RFD, our EC here in Stevens County used to say, something to live by not only on the radio, but throughout life itself. Well, they're just showing us the streets of downtown Rockford. They're looking south. The streets are empty. Well, there's a reason why. Everybody's home listening to the Friday Night Fun Net. Okay, we're just about ready to wind down this net. I'll tell you what, there's a great net tonight. Not many people are fans of professional boxing, but I said, don't worry about it. I said, the boxers way back in the glory days of that sport were sure a lot better than they are today. We'll put it that way. Okay. Be sure you tell your mothers, your fathers, your sons and daughters, your brothers and sisters, your aunts and uncles, your nieces, your nephews. Be sure you tell your grandparents, your in-laws, and your neighbors across the street, down the street, next door. Be sure you tell your butcher, your baker, your candlestick maker. Be sure you tell the clerk behind the checkout counter at your grocery store. Be sure you tell the clerk behind the counter at your convenience store. Be sure to tell the clerk behind the counter at your local post office you buy your stamps or envelopes. Be sure you tell your bank teller behind the counter you withdraw money or what have you from your local bank. Be sure you tell your waiters, your waitresses, and your bartenders at your friendly neighborhood bars, restaurants, pubs, or taverns. Be sure you tell your members of your local PTA, PTO. Be sure you tell your news car dealer, your used car dealer, your garage mechanic. Be sure you tell your probation officer, your parole officer, your divorce lawyer. Be sure you tell your tell your priests, your ministers, your rabbis, your mullahs, your ayatollahs, or your imams. Be sure you tell your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your ex-boyfriends, your ex-girlfriends, your husbands, your wives, your ex-husbands, your ex-wives, your ex-in-laws, and of course your old ladies about the Friday night fun net. The more check-ins, the better than that. Make sure you have valid FCC license before you check in. Sorry, folks, we do not take check-ins from jailbirds, jammers, potty mouths, crackheads, dopeheads, potheads, telemarketers. If you take a knee or clench your fist or sit in the clubhouse when the national anthem is being played, we don't take your check-ins. If you don't back the bull, we don't take your check-ins. That's plain old all there is to it. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, there was another successful net tonight. I want to thank everybody for checking in. This is the last call for any stations who want to check into the Friday Night Fun Net with the round topic. Please call K9GCR. Last call for Ratchetjaw.
Last call, AI9R.
AI9R, Tom, what's going on with you?
Not much of anything. Did you know W0UZR?
W0ZNR? No, I don't think so.
Uniform Romeo Zulu. QRZ, or W0UZR. Yeah, 0 Zulu Romeo.
No, I never knew him at all.
He was out of Hibbing. That was Steve. He died about 4 days ago.
Oh boy, I'm definitely sorry to hear that. No, I never knew him at all.
Okay, he was one of the net controllers on NetCars.
Oh boy, gee whiz, I did not know about that. I have not listened to that net for the past several days now. I am terribly sorry to hear that.
Yeah, well, anyway, he's in a better place now. He's not, no pain or no suffering, so we'll just have to leave it in the Lord's hands and let him take care of it.
He's got that ham radio station in the sky where there's no interference and the DX is always good.
Got that right, and they got gold apparatus up there.
That's for sure. Okay, hey Tom, we're talking about professional boxing. Who was your favorite boxer back in the day?
That's a good question. I really didn't have a good one.
Well, don't feel bad. A lot of people, I just had a question about a lot of hams. They said they didn't follow boxing. So there, that's the way it goes. Hey, Tom, thanks for checking in. Sorry to hear about that information there. So you have a good evening. Thanks for checking in.
Jimmy, have a good day. I hope the snow misses everybody this time. So take it easy. God bless. Stay safe. Over.
Sounds good. Okay, thanks for checking in. Have a good evening. Last call for any stations who want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net. Please call now.
W9AXD.
Hey, Ricky, I just put you down as non-honorary check-in. I'll remove that right now. You're a regular check-in. What's going on with you, Ricky?
Good evening, Jimmy and everybody on the net. Yeah, I just asked Mike up on the internet if he could check me in. So if he comes in with a late check-in, I apologize ahead of time. Yeah, I'm having some radio issues, so I'm up on HD. Hopefully you're able to hear me. Not too much going on here, just kind of kicking back and was listening to the FunNet up on the Facebook page there. So, Mike, if you're out there listening, can't say thank you enough for doing all that, man. So, yeah, nothing going on here, Jimmy. Did you have a roundtable topic tonight?
Yes, I did. I was asking everybody who their favorite boxer was. Last week I asked who their favorite professional wrestler was. I got kicked out of Savannah last week. I'm glad you did that. Now tonight I'm asking everybody who their favorite boxer was, or do you follow boxing at all?
Oh, right on. Yeah, actually I was thinking about getting back into boxing again. I used to do street boxing when I was younger, and long story short, boxing was a huge part of my life growing up. And then, long story short, the one that I like, a lot of people are unaware of, is Butterbean. I'm not sure exactly his full name or anything like that. He was a big, fat, white guy, and man, he used to go in there and just beat the living, out of people. He didn't have the stamina though, and that's what kind of caused him his career. Is he could only go in there if you lasted, past round 1 or 2, you pretty much had him beat. But the first round or first 2 rounds, you were taking a beating. But yeah, the other one would probably be Mike Tyson. He was an actual professional boxer, and long story short, he made one heck of a career. So he made a lot of bad choices throughout his career, though. So, but he was really good in the ring. So, send it back to you, Jimmy, W9AXD.
I think I remember you mentioned about that guy. We did it last year. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Hey, I better let you go. I don't want you to run that battery down to your HD. So you have a good evening, and thanks for checking in. I also mentioned about the Skywarn training nets there when I mentioned about the other nets in the area.
Much appreciated for that, Jimmy. Yeah, let's hope the severe weather stays away this year. So if it don't, we're definitely there. So can't say thank you to everybody out there that does Skywarn and ham radio. So all right, Jimmy, I'm jumping to the side and I'll be listening to W9RFD. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, Ricky Southerly. Thank you for checking in. Have a good evening. We'll talk to you down the log. Last call for any stations who want to check in the Friday night fun that from anywhere in the region. The last call for Ratchet Jaw. Okay, this concludes the Friday Night Fun Net for Friday, March 3rd, 2023. I want to thank everybody for checking in. Great topic tonight. So, unofficially, the count stands to 37 check-ins. So, okay, with that, this concludes the Friday Night Fun Net for Friday, March 3rd, 2023. Tune in again next week for another edition of the Friday Night Fun Net. Until then, this is Jim, K9GCR. Now closing down this Friday, March 3rd, 2023 edition of Friday Night Fun Net, and return the repeater to frequency normal and radio use at 10:25 p.m. Central Standard Time. Let's see, 4 hours, 25 minutes Zulu time with a total of 37 check-ins overall. This is now closed. This is K9GCR wishing you all a very pleasant good night. 7-3s, we'll talk to you down the log. KD9MED, KD9MED, K9GCR. Go ahead and post it, Mike. We had a 2-hour, 25-minute net with an unofficial count of 37 check-ins overall. Mike, thanks for all you do. We'll talk to you next Friday night. K9GCR, be clear. 7-3, good night.